So I got a real quick one for you today. I love stuff like this. Brand new retro games for retro consoles in a physical form on cartridge. Pretty damn sweet. Or you have the option of getting the ROM, digital version, that kind of stuff, or for current day consoles or PC. So this game, Cronela's Mansion, inspired by Maniac Mansion, it is a point and click, adventure game solving some mystery, right? And I loved games like this back in the 90s. So when I saw this game and I was offered hey, we want to send you like a little press demo physical version of the game. It's like, hell yeah, I'll check this out, right? So this just went up on Kickstarter. So it's crowdfunding for a bunch of different consoles, tons of different ways you could pledge, add-ons, stuff like that. I'm not going to go through all of it because there is a bunch. There's a lot of stuff. But I always have to say, when it comes to Kickstarter stuff and crowdfunding in general, always have to have this disclaimer: back at your own risk. So even when I have a good feeling about a project, even like this, I have to put that disclaimer because you just never know. Back at your own risk. Put in the money that you're willing to say, hey, things don't go right, that kind of thing. But I mean, you hope that doesn't happen. But just keep that in mind. But back to the game. So inspired by Maniac Mansion, there's a version for NES, Super Nintendo that they're working on, apparently, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, current consoles and all that. I got an NES, Game Boy Advance version, physical copies. Love this stuff. These are not like final versions or anything. They're just like little press samples, but I really love like the NES version with the kind of shiny box and whatnot. But these games, all the versions, essentially it's going to be the same story, but there will be differences, obviously, with graphics and stuff like that. I played through the NES version demo, but I noticed when I started playing like the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance version that some things, not just like your actions, like there is some limitation with that or differences with that depending on the version of the game you played. But I started noticing you didn't solve certain things the same way, or layouts of certain things were different. Maybe there was new items or different items that weren't in a different version of the game. So each game is built from the ground up. So you will notice that each one, there's going to be different things going on in certain aspects of it. Graphics wise, it's a given. Like, I think that's really cool that everything's just kind of not just rehashed and just kind of downsized or rescaled for each game. They're like, everything's just completely, redone and built from the ground up. But each game, like I said, same story, same idea, right? So it starts out in the year 1988. You get a call from your brother, Norbert. He's out in Burrowville. And before this phone call cuts out, like, there's something going on, some craziness, where it sounds like he's been kidnapped, and there's something about a purple mansion. I don't know, like a witch, like some satanic crap going on. And that's all you really got to go off on. Like, you're just like, your brother's in trouble. You need to go find him. So you play as Tommy. He's the protagonist of the game. Got to find his missing brother. So you drive out there, and you're just dropped in the middle of this town. Figure things out, talk to a bunch of weirdos, find items, solve puzzles, that kind of thing. Look for clues, interact with a bunch of different, things. A point and click, mystery adventure game, like straight out of the 90s. And I really dig that. So a lot of different characters you'll interact with: Hedda, Annabelle, Pavel, Cronela, which, it's one of the main sinister sorceress or witch or whatever, but you'll see that character pretty early on in the game. But a really fun one. I enjoyed the little bit that I got to play of this. I'm really intrigued by it, and just it seems like it's like a AAA like NES game from back in the day. And I thought that was really cool, just to see something like from a company I've never heard of. I've never heard of this company Straynus before. I don't know if they've ever done any other games before, but for this to just pop up and start playing it and see like, wow, like this is a really high quality game. The sprite work is really good. The artwork for the box and just everything about it. The music, it's a fun game. It's very high quality for what it is. So if you're interested, take a look at the Kickstarter. I said just want to keep it short and sweet. I enjoyed what I played, and you can check that out too. Demo is on the Kickstarter. You could at least, do that and make a decision. Back it if you want. Don't. up to you. Really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.